We arrived in the digital century. It's nothing new. We see it in our own behavior, but we also see it when we observe our children. It is really important that we start to understand that digitalization is the new normal and that now it's important that we think about how to integrate it into our education, into our way of teaching children to guide them towards a bright future. Isn't it really interesting? I always wondered, and I'm so astonished every time when it happens. Children are, for any reason, so attracted to these digital devices that it is astonishing how this can happen. Even if parents are very eager to see that their children are not getting these devices, it still cannot be held back. And it is said that in average, every child has about, you could say, with 12 months, the first digital media or technology digital device in their hand. And yeah, it became very early. And so the question, of course, is what makes it so attractive for the children to constantly look to these devices and be so engaged? The older children get, the more complicated it also becomes for parents to keep it away from them. They want to have it. Of course, one of the things is they always see us using it. They see us using the smartphones, they see us using the tablets. And so, of course, they feel attracted because young children always feel attracted to the things which are adult things, which the adults have. But there's more to it. There is kind of a attraction by the light, by the sound, by the movement, and also by the way how it actually activates the brain. And so this is also a point where we can see that even if we ourselves sustain a lot from digital devices when being with our children, we still have the situation that they are very much attracted. Digital devices, digital media is in general not bad. We can't say that. Think about it. There are so many children out there in this world who have main education through these digital devices. There are still areas on this world, in this planet, where children have no free entrance into education. And this digital device called a smartphone or just a kind of an equipment that gives them entrance to the internet, and by the internet entrance to the world. People connect with each other globally, but also they can use resources of knowledge and resources of information for their own gain and grow their own self-esteem, but also grow their knowledge and grow their own education. So please think about it. When we speak about digital devices, we don't necessarily always speak about something that's really bad. It's just a question how it's used, who uses it, how often it's used, and what is done with it. And so in general, we are very positive towards using of digital devices because in that regard also we see that it's the new normal and we have to adjust to that one. On the other hand, we also know that through these digital devices, especially through social media, there's a lot of influence, especially on young children. The age becomes younger and younger. There's a lot of so-called cyberbullying going on. And also, according to what children see on these digital devices, they get in touch with a certain kind of world which might not be presented to them outside of this digital device. So there are two parts that we have to look at. Number one, what is my child or what are the children actually really watching when they use these digital devices? Second part is the big part of social media. To what digital media, in case of social media, they have entrance. And then also in the next step, the question is, whom are they interacting? How are they treated? And especially if cyberbullying happens, we need to be aware about. We all are very much aware about to protect our children on the physical level. So we know to tell them how to behave so that they actually can protect themselves and how to train them so that they know whom to trust and whom not to trust. But we forget, and this is a big part, that we also have to train them on what happens in these social devices, in the social media, in these digital devices. How people get connected, what kind of connections are good, what kind of connections to refrain from, what to do if someone says something bad, if someone puts a picture out, all of this, how to handle all of this is a big part of what we need to start to understand and learn. In TLI pedagogics, we use digital devices as working devices. For us, this devices, the technology, helps us to learn and study more easily and have more information available without having to have a huge library around. For example, here you can see a child clicking a picture of the green grass, it looks like. But what also you can do, you can use different kind of apps to help you to understand what plant are you looking at, what flower is this, what can it do, is it harmful, is it healthy, is it a healing herb, what does it do, for whom is it good, for whom is it not good. So actually you can use it for study purposes. And so by using digital devices and attached apps, you can get a lot of information, a lot of knowledge, and you can really practice and learn with students hands-on. And this is one of the big steps that we do in TLI pedagogics. Secondly, it's also important to understand that these digital devices are communication tools. We communicate through these tools, and this is something we want to help children to understand. If they want to communicate with another person, these digital devices will help them. For example, if a group of children are interested about the Eiffel Tower in Paris, in France, and you want to know how it looks, how high it is, and really study it, they could connect via these digital devices under supervision of a mentor, a learning coach, a teacher, to connect with a person in France, in Paris actually, and have them walk to the Eiffel Tower with a live video and see how it is. Go very close to see the material, click a pic of that person stand beside the Eiffel Tower to see what is the difference in size. So we can actually virtually travel to a place and understand the place. And also by connecting to people in that country, to other schools, other children, it helps us also to learn in a very different way. Because the biggest issue with the digital devices is that the social connections are losing a little bit of impact. Children and all human beings are very social beings. We want to connect. So when we have the focus on digital devices, we don't really connect. So we need to create a story that connects us. Stories connect. So if, for example, the school children in Paris tell us about their findings, what they have in the country, what they eat, what kind of food, and we have them on a video call and we see their food, we see their sightseeing, important landmarks, and we show them ours, we connect even though we are on a digital device. While it never can replace human interaction, we still can use digital devices to make a more human interaction in learning than just by studying from a book or getting the knowledge taught by a teacher. The research is a very big topic. So in TLI schools, we research a lot. We have children research a lot. They should understand knowledge by studying it themselves. We want children to ask questions. When they ask questions, you can't have all of the books available to answer these questions, but we don't want to stop the flow of enthusiasm, curiosity in the children. And this is why these digital devices with an internet library is extremely helpful to give children the knowledge which at the present moment you're really interested in and not the knowledge we want them to study. So in TLI pedagogic schools, we are turning it actually around. Children study according to their interests. The most important part for children to understand is that these working tools can be used as soon as they can read, because they need to be able to get through the context and the knowledge and figure it out. So you can see, you can use digital devices in a broad way. And here you can see a child taking a picture of the forest. So when we have trips we go out, we do experiments, when we have festivals. Children are allowed to click pics from moments which they find are very important, they want to remember. Then they can print it, they can put it in their portfolio book and have it there. So children become a part of the entire administration, organization, and documentation. And of course, each is a very important question to ask, because at a certain age, they can do this by themselves. So we always are very much developmental sensitive, seeing what a child is able to do and then accordingly address it. So why not just use these digital devices for documentation? This is an amazing way to help children. That these digital devices are not just play tools, they are not just fun entertainment, but rather more, they are working tools. They are created to assist us to have an easier life when it comes to our working tasks, to our topics we have to study and to learn, or when we want to really understand the world as a whole. Digital devices, and that's a very important point, are useful if we have control over them. There is another video that you should watch regarding this topic. I made one to make you better understand of what actually happens in children when they use digital devices. In this video, it was very important for me to point out that digital media and devices are very, very useful and can be used to engage children in educational topics and study topics. The other video that we will link to this is more on the topic of what is the danger with them and how is it actually going all over the world when it comes to skills according to media and how to use digital devices. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to like, to subscribe, click the notification bell, then it helps you to understand whenever we have a video up, and leave a comment. Maybe you have some questions, maybe you have some recommendations, maybe you have some experiences that you want to share. Please feel free to really engage with us, and I'm looking forward to your comments and to your shares. All the best, have a good day, see you soon.